Good day everyone. I'm Arthur Sanderson, a training facilitator at the BRSA group of companies. BRSA is a part of the Bosch Rexroth global organization, and with its support, Bosch Rexroth SA assists Africa's mechanical and plant industry with top technical training and industry-specific knowledge. In this tech talk, I'll be taking you through the different training that BRSA offers, the importance of training, and the advantages of having competent staff working on hydraulic and pneumatic systems. Our goal is to provide the best training possible and to meet all the training requirements of our customers. Training plays such an important role in both maintenance and repairs of hydraulic and pneumatic components in the various sectors in which they are used. Whether basic or customer-specific training offers many benefits to both the customer and the employees of that customer. Some of these benefits being simple things like carrying out daily checks, checking oil levels, leaking or damaged components, changing clogged filters. Second of all, carrying out planned maintenance and repairs in a safe manner. By simply having a better understanding of the plant or the equipment being worked on, will equip the employee with the skills not only to not endanger himself, but not to endanger those working around him. Very important, systematically fault find and troubleshoot systems. Once again, this boils down to understanding the working principle and the control philosophy of the plant or machine being worked on, will allow faults to be isolated very quickly and repaired in time to reduce downtime. At the end of the day, downtime costs money. I'd like to mention our accreditation. The Bosch Rexroth South Africa Training Department is accredited as a skills development provider with the Manufacturing, Engineering and Related Services SETA, known as the MASETA. The MASETA, like all other SETAs, plays a central role in making sure that the National Skills Development Strategy, known as the NSDS, is fulfilled. We currently offer the following short courses, which are unit standard aligned with the SAQA, the South African Qualifications Authority. We have Theory of Hydraulics, which is a 3-day purely theory-based course. We have Hydraulic Fundamentals and Principles, which is a 5-day course, which includes practicals carried out on our state-of-the-art training rig. We have Electro-Hydraulics, which also includes 5 days of practical and theory exercises. Intermediate Pneumatics, also 5 days with practical and theory. And then finally, our customer or system-specific training. This training is where the training is tailored to meet the customer's needs. You'll notice the unit standard numbers in brackets next to the title of each course. The BRSA Training Department has applied and obtained CPD verification via the South African Institute of Mechanical Engineering. This would be for our 3-day course, 3-day Theory of Hydraulics, 5-day Fundamentals and Principles of Hydraulics, as well as the Electro-Hydraulic course. CPD can be defined as systematic maintenance, improvement and broadening of knowledge and skills, and the development of personal qualities necessary for the execution of professional and technical duties throughout a person's engineering career. So in short, these courses are aimed primarily at engineers. I'm going to touch on our courses and offer a little bit more detail into what topics will be covered in the duration of these courses. First of all, the Theory of Hydraulics. The course covers the following over the 3 days. We'll look at basic hydraulic principles, physics terms, fluid characteristics, general safety, advantages and disadvantages of hydraulics, hydraulic energy conversion, the purpose of hydraulic fluid, hydraulic symbols, very important in reading schematics, hydraulic pumps and motors overview, hydraulic valve theory, the understanding of how a DCV works, hydraulic cylinders, filtration and contamination, once again very important in extending the service life of equipment. Basic fault finding and troubleshooting. Any employer would be glad to have guys that can isolate problems and do the repairs as quick as possible. Hydraulic accumulators. So this course can be offered across the continent as long as a training venue is available, and is quite often combined with the customer or system specific training. Next, we'll look at hydraulic principles and fundamentals. This course covers the same theory as the 3-day hydraulics, but it's combined with practical exercises in a workbook over the 5 days. These exercises offer the candidate the opportunity to design a basic circuit, follow a schematic, build a circuit, test the circuit and record results, quite often used in the field. which offers a real hands-on feel for technicians, fitters, mechanics, anyone working in the hydraulic field as a matter of fact. The Electro-Hydraulic course. This course focuses on electrical control of hydraulic systems. The training course comprises of both theory and practical exercises where a considerable amount of time is spent on the rig, wiring up panels and building the hydraulic circuits according to the given description. It allows the candidate the opportunity to not only follow the hydraulic schematic, but also the electrical schematic, and get an understanding of how the hydraulics and the electrical circuit work together in the way they do. The Electro-Hydraulic course will cover the following topics over the 5 days: basic principle of electro-hydraulics, series and parallel circuits, measurement of current and voltage, electro-hydraulic equipment, cylinder extension, electrical self-locking, momentary contact limit switches such as proximity switches, pressure switches, and time relays. This course will help to develop skills once again that will improve fault-finding techniques and reduce downtime. It's recommended that before you attend this course, you should have attended the 3-day theory of hydraulics or the 5-day fundamentals and principles. If we look at the intermediate pneumatic course, the course offers a lot more than what the title states, in the sense that it starts with very basic pneumatic circuits, moves on to complex pneumatic circuits, and ends with cascade system design. The course will cover the following over the 5 days: advantages and disadvantages of pneumatics, valve control, pneumatic symbols, flow control, throttling, time delay, displacement step and motion diagrams according to the functionality of the equipment, air preparation, cylinders, and system design. All of these topics will give the candidate the ability to understand the control philosophy of the equipment and not only be able to carry out repairs, but also to understand why the machine works in the way it does. Our customer-specific training offers the customer a chance for their systems to be explained in fine detail. We will often meet with customers beforehand to gain an understanding of exactly what requirements they're looking for. This can be done by carrying out a site survey. This will be followed by obtaining machine drawings, schematics, and designing the training material according to their requirements. The length of this training depends on the complexity of the systems that are being trained on or worked on. Topics to be covered in general would be functionality and working principle of each component, routine maintenance, systematic fault finding, common faults, practical training on the equipment if needed, and this is just to mention a few. For those of you that can't attend the courses, we also offer electronic training in the form of e-learning. Independent learning is an essential part of knowledge transfer, as it allows time, pace, and place independent learning. This allows us to learn while we work. There is a wide variety of e-learning solutions for drive and control technology. So let's have a look at what we offer in this format. We have hydraulics for beginners, knowledge of valve technology, hydraulic circuits and control types, valve technology and control blocks of mobile equipment, basic knowledge of electric drive technology, basic knowledge of electric control technology, and basic knowledge of pneumatics. If you'd like to explore these courses, you can log on to the Bosch Rexroth website and register as a guest. This will allow you to navigate between the different modules and get a feeling for the training that's on offer. You'll see the link appearing on screen. Once you've logged in, if you look at the bottom left-hand corner highlighted by the red arrow, you can see there you can log in as a guest. Lastly, I'd like to mention that Bosch Rexroth offers an extensive range of training systems. These systems are available for hydraulics, pneumatics, and automation. The training systems provide practice-orientated know-how for entry-level and advanced-level students. All of these training systems can be viewed on the website at the following link, where catalogs can be downloaded. So please download a catalog, have a look, and then get in touch with the BRSA training department for any of these requirements. Please keep in touch with us as we continuously broaden our scope of training offered. This is how we move now to drive tomorrow and shape Africa. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for some Q&A to follow after this.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Bosch Rexroth Tech Talk. I'd just like to thank Arthur for that presentation. Arthur, thank you very much.
Absolute pleasure.
And while we're sitting here, ladies and gentlemen, have a look on the right-hand side of your screen. There's a button, questions. And what we'd like you to do is just to activate that button and then post a couple of questions with regards to the presentation that you've just seen. There's also a poll, and we'll be running a poll as we go along. So from time to time, we'll bounce back to the poll, and we can see what is the status of the poll. There are three things that we ask on the poll. The first one being if you require any additional technical support or information from this particular tech talk. The second one is if you require any additional information from our marketing department. And then the last one is if you would like us, the training department, to make direct contact with you. So please feel free, get hold of those buttons and click on the poll, and we can move forward from there on. All right. I see, Arthur, there's a few questions popping in.
The first question coming in there, let's have a look there. Does the credit obtained for each unit standard passed count towards a further qualification? I think you can handle this one, Alan.
All right. Yeah, seeing that our courses are Masita accredited, they all credit bearing. These are unit standards based. So what would happen is when you do the training, you in actual fact would then register by means of a portfolio of evidence that you fill in. This portfolio of evidence will be submitted to the Masita. It will then form part of your qualification, or the credits will then lead to a full qualification at the end of the day.
Is that 100%?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, so another one coming in there from, let's have a look, from Jolene. Can I do electro-hydraulics training if I have not done any of the other training?
Take that one off.
All right, so to be honest with you, we don't recommend it unless the person has a lot of hydraulic experience. What we've noticed is, people that have done the 5-day hydraulic fundamentals and principles or participated in pneumatics, then they have the ground to read the schematics and understand the valves and how they function. And then by all means, yes, then you can complete the electro-hydraulics, or even by just doing the 3-day theory of hydraulics. That'll give you the option of attending that. The reason being because the course is so, it's pretty fast-tracked because of the amount of work we cover in the 5 days. Spend a lot of time on the panel. We find that people with very little hydraulic experience or exposure will battle with the electro-hydraulics. And then let's have another look. Let's have a look. A question from Jonathan there. Are there any plans for the near future to expand the scope of the training offered?
Yes. You know what? We're a company that believes in training. So we rely on the information that's coming from customers and our internal staff with regards to the needs in the industry. And depending on the needs and requirements, we will definitely look at that, and we'll expand our scope. We cannot just stagnate on 1 or 2 training courses, so we're definitely looking at expanding, and not only on the technical information, also on the non-technical side.
Yes, yeah, and if you noticed with the electro-hydraulics, which was launched at the beginning of this year, we've had nothing but positive feedback, even the 5-day. So with regards to expanding, we could possibly look at things like focusing on mobile hydraulics, and those sort of topics, just to give the guys a more in-depth understanding of the particular hydraulic systems they're working on. So,
and I'd also like to say, we also need to go then look at the PLC side.
Yes.
So once we look at the electro-pneumatics, and from there on moving to PLCs, because it's a continuation, you can't stop.
Yes, most definitely. If you look at our 5-day electro-hydraulic course, that basically covers everything up until just before a PLC.
Yep.
So the type of feedback that it needs with regards to pressure switches, proximity switches, with regards to the automation.
Yep.
So the next step would definitely be looking at training on PLCs.
Yep. So we're gonna expand definitely.
All right. So I see another one at the top from Scar. What is the maximum number of learners you are able to accommodate in a training session?
If I may just start off the author.
Yeah.
First of all, depending on the location.
Yeah.
If we train in at the hub, we've got ample space for maximum of 40 learners.
Yes.
But obviously that's not conducive. So we say on a 3-day theoretical course we can go to a maximum of 20.
Yeah.
But when you start looking at practical training, which is your 5-day hydraulic training and your 5-day pneumatic training, electro-hydraulic training, we would then reduce that down to a maximum of around about 8.
Yes.
And that's conducive, and I think you can elaborate.
The reason for keeping the classes small is just because of the nature of the training and carrying out the practicals on the rig.
which is quite often what people forget. That time on the rig is really important with regards to that hands-on feel, turning the lights on, if I may
For the
say.
application as well.
Yes, yeah. So we keep the classes small for the interaction, give the guys the chance to practice. Any bigger than that, then the guys lose that opportunity to work on the rigs.
And I think Arthur's mentioned now the training rigs. We have state-of-the-art training equipment from Bosch Rexroth Germany.
Yes.
These are on the hydraulic and the pneumatic side. They cover from load sensing to, you name it. They're state-of-the-art equipment that we use there.
Yeah, we can carry out just very basic 10 exercises where we can measure internal leakage. We can do pressure settings, flow control, all the stuff that the guy would experience in the field. And we find that this helps a lot with regards to fault finding. Even the guys, while they're carrying out this test, they're building their own faults, as to say, and they need to correct it. So it's brilliant just for basic understanding.
All good.
Okay, there's another one from Javier. He says, good afternoon, gents. Is it possible for a disabled learner to be employed in either a workshop or an office environment?
Yeah, I think the Bosch Rexroth hub is set up for obviously disabled learners. There's no restriction with regards to anybody that's disabled, and we accommodate anybody. So yeah, we're definitely set up for that environment.
All right.
Office and workshop, in actual fact.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, thanks for that, Javier. All right, so we got one from, I don't know how you say that, Sharian. Does all training offered need to be renewed every so often? Well,
Yeah, Shireen, what happens is, training is training. And obviously as technology evolves, the training department will evaluate training as we go along. Yeah. And if we feel that technology is moving forward and we need to obviously adapt our training to that technology, we will then redesign and develop our training as long as we maintain the MSITA accreditation and we don't fall, shy of their minimum requirements.
Yeah,
so, yep.
Yeah, and in saying that, like Alan said, with regards to those unit standards, we don't stick to just the unit standard, the syllabus of the unit standard. We offer a lot more. And depending on who's in the class and the environment they're working in, we'll even adapt those unit standards to meet the needs of those students. But the unit standard that you complete stays and it's accredited to your name, so that would not need to be renewed if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, because we do comply to the minimum requirement.
Yes.
So we actually offer more than the minimum, but as long as we maintain the minimum requirement.
That's it.
So we just keep adding additional information in there. So as technology changes, we will then obviously adapt as we go along.
Yeah, that's correct. Do you offer customer-specific training from Andrew Smith? Would you like to handle this one?
I think you handle that one.
All right, cool. So customer-specific, yes, we do. With regards to the customer's requirements and stuff, we often liaise with the customer. We can even go and do a site visit, do a walk around, see what machinery they're working on. We obviously need drawings beforehand. We normally require this at least 3 weeks beforehand to be able to analyze the drawings and give the customers the most specific training that they require, whether it requires classroom learning or hands-on learning. We will even go down to the machine, show the guys how to do settings, what to look for, general maintenance, everything like that. So by all means, yes, we do offer customer-specific.
And depending on the complexity, we'll also then determine the duration.
Yes.
We are prepared to even go and do this customer-specific training abroad in Africa.
Yes.
So depending on the customer requirements, we do that.
Yeah, definitely the duration would depend on the complexity.
I think we just remember that the customer-specific training is not accredited because it's dependent. It's more product-specific on the plant.
Yes, it's just to reduce downtime and help those guys, find the faults a bit quicker.
Yeah, understand their own machines.
That's it. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Is there a record of who has completed the training?
If I can come in here, Arthur. Due to the fact that we have to record all our training on the MSITA record, a learner database, it is definitely recorded. We have to keep electronic version for lifelong. We have to keep hard copy information. We need to keep that for at least 7 years. So everything is recorded in our environment, and if it's an accredited training course, it will then be recorded with the MSITA. So everything is kept in that concept.
And with regards to that record, we often get employers phoning to verify certificates and things. And yes, so we keep it on record. If you have that certificate and whatever the case is, you can phone us and we can verify that certificate for you.
All right. I see there's those polls. Just don't forget those polls on the right-hand side there. If you people want to just click on there, make mention or post your poll information there. What would you like to contact you directly from the training department? And would you like to receive our marketing information in general? And would you require any further technical information regarding this Tech Talk? Click on there and say your yes or no, vote yes or no, and we can address your requirements at a later stage.
Yeah, and please don't forget to rate this Tech Talk session. Yep. Okay, there's another question from Gail Taylor. Are your courses both e-learning and instructor-led, offered in any languages other than English?
The e-learning courses is offered in German, French, Spanish, and then English.
Yes.
That's on the e-learning side. The face-to-face type of training that we conduct more regularly is only in English.
Yes.
We do have a branch out in Mozambique, and we have converted our training material into Portuguese, and we have a facilitator in Mozambique that will actually conduct that training in Portuguese. But so it's really e-learning, four languages, but face-to-face, primarily English. And if you're in Mozambique, we can get some Portuguese there for you.
Yeah, of course. Also, I mean, like by understanding the symbols and that, it's the international language of hydraulics to simplify and unify.
Yep.
It just might be the theory part that we have trouble getting through in any other
Yeah,
languages.
stop sign here and a stop sign in Germany is a stop sign.
Exactly. Is the e-learning internationally recognized?
Yes, it is internationally recognized. Bosch Rexroth will offer a certificate from Bosch. It's not unit standards based,
Yes.
but if you've got the certificate from Bosch, yes, it's internationally recognized.
Yes, sure.
Yep.
Okay, great.
Yep.
Right, there's a question from Dept. How does the current hydraulic training compare to training that was done years ago? Still from old Spartan. Can you redo the new training if you've done the old training years ago?
I'd say most definitely.
Yes.
Technology has changed.
Yeah.
We know that hydraulics is hydraulics, but technology has changed. Even the basics of hydraulics, we go into more depth with regards to hydraulics.
Yeah.
So the basic one, I'd say, would be a good thing for a refresher.
Yeah.
But Dept, from there on, if you have a word with Arthur,
Yeah.
we have now got the 5-day fundamental principles of hydraulics, which is an upgrade from what we've had in the past.
Yes.
And then moving over to electro-hydraulics. So
Yes.
definitely come and redo them. It'll be more than beneficial whether you've done it 10 years ago at the old Spartan approach.
And the other thing is, like, your practical examples are the industry related. So your different examples and your different scenarios that you get in the class, you must remember you're doing a bit of design, very basic. You're also given scenarios and you need to come up with a solution to find the problem. So definitely it'll do you all, it'll really do the world a good to come and redo the courses. Definitely.
Theory is theory, but when you've got to put it into practice, it's better to come and do the 5-day and then implement the learning that you've actually done.
Guaranteed.
Yep.
All right, there we go. From Jolene Smith. Would the 5-day hydraulics be seen as advanced hydraulic training?
No.
No. Yeah.
Okay, we've had this discussion many times, and
Yeah.
I think we understand the concept of advanced hydraulics. In Bosch Rexroth South Africa, what we do offer is we offer the 3-day hydraulic, we offer the 5-day hydraulic, and the electro-hydraulic, and that's really where we stop with regards to the current line of training
Yes.
that we do. But we have a look at the advanced hydraulics in the sense of customer specific.
Yeah.
So we do not do, let's say, servo proportional valves, but if a customer has a servo proportional valve on their machine, we will then address that advanced technology or equipment in that type of training.
Yes.
So we do not design a training course to teach people to design systems. We don't teach people about how to develop or re-engineer their systems. It's really giving them the basic fundamental principles of hydraulics, and then from then on, if anything you need would be a customer specific
Yes.
type of a concept.
A lot of our training is for general understanding,
Yep.
advanced understanding, and
Yep.
for fault finding.
Yep.
At the end of the day, we're not there to make the guy redesign the
No.
circuit.
No.
Although it's something that we need to look at. The other problem we find with advanced is what's advanced to one group
Individual,
is not
yeah, yeah.
advanced to the other. I mean, you've
Yeah.
got a guy in an industrial application, and you've got a guy working on mobile hydraulics. So advanced to those two individuals is very, very different,
Yep.
from my opinion.
Yep.
Like I said,
Totally
that's my
different.
opinion, yes. Do you offer full apprentices for candidates straight out of school? From Jonathan, do we?
Yep.
Yes, yeah.
We do. We can take on any learner. The requirements are from the industry. The requirements are minimum standard 8, 16 years old. Bosch Rexroth has obviously gone and said that we would like a person that's at least got a full matric with maths and science,
Yes.
or an N3 minimum N3 with 4 subjects, trade theory, technical drawing, maths and science. But yeah, if they come directly from school, nothing prevents us from actually taking that person through a full apprenticeship. Yep.
No, that's fantastic. Yes.
And our apprentices are not only based in Johannesburg.
Yes.
We have apprentices down in Durban, we've got apprentices down in PE, we've got Cape Town. So although they manage from the Joburg branch, they're based all over South Africa.
Okay.
Yep.
Great. Will the sales training only be for internal employees, or will it be for external too?
No.
No.
Sales training is sales training. We want to obviously upskill our own sales staff. We cannot go and train external people with regards to the way that we want to sell, want them to sell equipment or do their sales in the industry. So our sales training is designed and developed around our own staff and our own product. So we will not offer that type of training externally at this stage.
Okay.
Unless you want to say generic sales training, But remember, our sales people are not selling toothpaste, where they're selling hydraulic equipment. So the formal sales training will be based on hydraulic equipment, not just selling in general.
Yeah, because we're upskilling them the Bosch
Exactly.
Rexroth way.
That's the Bosch Rexroth way. There we go.
That's what we're doing, eh?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so I think that one's been answered already. What is the difference between product-specific training and customer-specific training?
Well, I think it's quite simple.
Yeah.
Product specific is?
We're focusing on the actual product itself.
Yeah, the valve, the pump, the motor, not a
yes,
combination
according
of
to the RE sheet, according to the specs of that particular component, we can tell you what the component can do, what it's capable of, maximum working pressures, maximum flow rates, and things like that. With the customer specific, we will actually focus on the system. From the beginning, from where it starts, whether it's turned by an electric motor or whether it's turned by an engine, and we'll take it right through to the tools and the actuators.
Troubleshooting,
fault finding,
maintenance.
Yes, exactly, on that
particular machine.
That specific system. Yes,
Product training is on the brand, on the product. We're customer specific. We're assisting the customer to reduce downtime and obviously save money.
Yes, of course.
How does your machine work?
Yeah, downtime costs money. Eh?
There we go.
That's it. That's what we wanted to save at the end of the day. All right. Is the soft skills training accredited, and what type of soft skills trainings is currently available? So obviously, that's to the staff.
Soft skills training is not accredited, although they're designed and developed according to the MSITA requirements. We are currently looking at accrediting the training that our facilitator, Jolene, is designing and developing. They're MSITA aligned, but they're not yet accredited.
Okay.
It will be, but not at the moment.
All right.
We're in the process. Yep.
All right. Do you offer accommodation to learners that are from other regions? I would like to answer that.
Please.
To be honest, we don't get involved with accommodation. We, however, from a personal perspective, we give suggestions, and we can give places in the area to stay. And also, I suppose that depends on the person's budget, etc., whether the company is paying for it. So, no, we don't offer accommodation, but we do offer suggestions.
Yeah, we don't want to get involved in that side of the business. We're there to train, and that's what we do.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Is that, I think that?
Yep.
Right. So go back to the...
All right, once again, let's have a look at those polls. Don't forget the polls on the right-hand side. Click on the button and you can start putting some information. I see there's definitely some people that is looking for the training department to contact them. There we go. So it's looking quite good over there. Keep them coming. I think we've slowly but surely started running out of questions over here. I see there is one who product training on the info hub aimed at. Arthur, do you want to answer that? Do you want me to continue?
Well, maybe start it off and then I'll...
The Info Hub was designed and developed about 1.5 years ago with regards to giving the learner the opportunity to learn while at home due to the COVID situation that we had. And it is very much product orientated. We do give them the understanding of what is hydraulics, what is accumulators, what is filtration. But we also go in depth with regards to the particular product. So we'll discuss things like 18 VSO4s. We'll discuss pressure control and pressure relief valves. Yes. And I think you can go into more detail, but it is definitely more product specific orientated than generic type of training. Yeah,
and it would aimed at anybody in the company that wants a better understanding of the product that we're providing and understanding of how it works. Like I said, there is generalized information in these videos. But then we also go into a bit more but like specifics on those particular products.
And remember, it is aimed at our own staff, so we go
Yes.
into specifics with regards to our product and our brand. And this is not the information that we're going to share with the customer.
Definitely not.
No.
No, it's something
No.
we keep to ourselves.
Yep. What percentage was that?
I'm not sure.
What percentage does the learner need to obtain to pass? It depends how I feel that day. No, that's a joke. Due to the fact that we must see it accredited, we have based our pass rate to 70%.
Yes.
And that's on the theoretical side. On the practical side, we look at pass or fail. You're either competent or you're not yet competent.
Yes, yeah.
You can't have a guy come in on training and getting 20% on theory, and you expect to send him back into the industry and as being deemed competent. So we don't deem competency with less than a 70% or 100% pass rate on a practical. So the man must design and develop, he must build, he must do fault finding. If he cannot do that, he's not competent. If he can do it, we go out with a certificate as being competent.
Yeah,
I think that answers that one quite easily.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
70% pass rate on the theory.
Yep.
And how can the branches or group companies assist in promoting the BSR training department? That's coming from Javier.
Okay, Javier. We rely on the different branches. We rely on the sales staff of the branches. The branches need to go out and see their customers. They need to use the training department as a marketing strategy. Yeah. They then go to the customer and they say, right, we offer this training and that training. At the end of the day, the more training we do, the more the customer knows about what our brand and our product is. And by that sense, the customer will then obviously hopefully purchase more components through the training that we've offered.
Yes.
But it's really much more customer oriented or customer-led, or should I say, customer-led via the branch to the training department.
Yes.
We do accept phone calls and emails from private individual or other customers.
Yes.
But once again, it's coming via the customer base through a branch or directly to the
or
training
like
department.
through web inquiries
Web
and
inquiries,
things like that.
Yes, we have a web address where you can log on. We obviously give you all the information with regards to what is on our training, the course content, the duration. If you require a cost of training, more than likely come through to the training department. We can generate a quote depending on location. Remember, we travel up into Africa, and unfortunately there's additional costs involved.
Yeah.
Flights, accommodation, transportation. There could be things like COVID tests in the time that we are in now, visas. So we can't just say, we charge 10 grand per course. It depends on what course, where the training is taking place, and also see the number of learners that's intended for this particular training.
Yeah, and going back to that question about how they can help, I mean, we're always available. Yep. The training staff are there. If you need us to go with to see a customer, anything like that, we're there. We're available. We can do, like I say, site surveys, walk-arounds. We'll join you, 100%. Yep.
All right, I see the polls are looking pretty good there. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for that. The questions have been flowing through nice and easy, and Arthur from our side. Thank you very much for your time and effort that you've put in for this Tech Talk. We do appreciate it. For you people out there, customers and staff, make use of this to your advantage. Go out there, make the people aware of what it is the training department is offering out there with regards to hydraulic and pneumatic training. And stay tuned for the next Tech Talk, hopefully, pretty soon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right, and Arthur, thanks a lot for all your effort.
And thank you, Ellen. And guys, thanks for joining us. And keep in touch. It's just an email away or a phone call away.
100%. Wait for your call. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys.